philosophy, philosophy, philosophy. Let's talk about the word philosophy. So, the part of speech is noun, specifically an abstract concept. In everyday language, people often use philosophy to describe a way of thinking, a set of principles and ideas that guide someone's beliefs and actions. You might hear someone say, "My philosophy in life is to live simply," or, "Her philosophy on love is that it conquers all." The key idea here is that philosophy refers to a person's fundamental views and values about the world. Now, one special note about its usage. When talking about philosophers, like ancient Greeks or modern thinkers, you can use philosophy as a noun referring to their specific ideas or teachings. For instance, I'm interested in Plato's philosophy on reality. Here are 3 example sentences using the word philosophy with different tones and contexts. In a formal lecture at university, the professor stated, "The ancient Greek philosophers made significant contributions to Western philosophy, laying the groundwork for future intellectual traditions." The context is an academic setting where complex ideas and historical references are being discussed. In contrast, in a casual conversation over coffee with friends, someone might say, "I've been reading a lot about existentialism lately. It's really making me think about my own life and purpose." The tone here is relaxed and conversational, with the goal of exploring personal thoughts and ideas. In a business setting, an entrepreneur might describe their company culture as follows: "Our philosophy is to prioritize innovation and customer satisfaction above all else, which has allowed us to stay ahead of the competition and build a loyal following." Here, the context is professional and focused on describing a company's values and approach. So you're trying to figure out what this study of big ideas thing is all about. Okay, let me break it down for you. Essentially, it's an exploration of fundamental questions and concepts that help us understand the world, ourselves, and our place in it. It involves thinking deeply about things like existence, knowledge, reality, values, and how we live together with others. People who study this subject examine different perspectives, analyze arguments, and critically think about what it means to be human. They also try to make sense of the complexities of life by identifying patterns, contradictions, and paradoxes. Similar ideas or concepts you might come across include ethics, politics, religion, science, and even art. All these subjects overlap with this study in some way. So, how's used? Well, it can help you develop critical thinking skills, challenge your own assumptions, and gain a deeper understanding of the world around you. It's not just about learning facts. It's more like developing a framework for making sense of life and all its mysteries. Physical. 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 Let's talk about the word physical. So, physical is an adjective, which means it describes or modifies a noun, giving us more information about its characteristics. In common usage, people use physical to describe things related to the body or physical sensations, like physical activity, physical education, or being physically strong. For example, she loves going for a physical walk in nature every morning. Here, physical is describing the type of walk she enjoys. Now, one special note about using physical is that it can sometimes be confused with physically, which is an adverb and means happening or being done physically. For instance, she will be able to walk physically after a few weeks of rest. Here, physically describes the manner in which she'll be able to do something. So, Remember that if you're describing a state or quality related to the body, use physical. And if you're describing how something is done, use physically. Here are 3 example sentences using the word physical in different contexts. In a formal setting such as a university lecture hall, a professor might say, "The new physical education curriculum has been implemented to promote a healthier lifestyle among students." This usage emphasizes the tangible and concrete aspects of the subject matter. Context: a university setting where academic discussions are taking place. During a casual conversation with friends at a coffee shop, someone might remark, "I'm so glad I got out for a run today. It was just what I needed to shake off that physical fatigue." This usage highlights the tangible effects of physical activity on one's body. Context: a relaxed social setting where people are chatting and sharing personal experiences. In a business proposal meeting, an entrepreneur might state, "Our new product design incorporates advanced physical properties that enhance durability and performance." This usage showcases the technical specifications of a product or material. Context: a professional meeting where business ideas and innovations are being discussed. So, you want to know about something that refers to the body and its movements? Well, let me explain. It means anything related to the way we use our bodies to do things, like moving around, using muscles, sensing things with our senses. Imagine a person running, playing sports, or even just walking down the street. All of those actions are connected to this concept. We can think of it as our body's ability to interact with the world around us. Whether that's through touching something, seeing a beautiful view, or feeling the sun on our skin. It's like having a body connection to everything we experience. Does that make sense? Proportion. 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 So, let's talk about the word proportion. The part of speech is noun. By the way, in common usage, proportion refers to the relationship in size or amount between two or more things that are compared together. For example, if a picture has a person who is 3 inches tall and their house is 1 inch wide, the proportion of the person's height to the house's width is 3:1. This means that for every 1 inch of the house's width, the person's height is 3 inches. It's also used in cooking or building where you need to have the right balance of ingredients or materials to get a certain result. One special note about its usage is that proportion and ratio are often confused with each other. But technically, ratio is usually referring to the relationship between two numbers without any implication of size, while proportion implies a relationship in size as well. I'd be happy to provide you with some practical example sentences using the word proportion. In formal usage, a professor might say, "In order to maintain the proportion of students to teaching assistants in our university's psychology department, we will need to adjust the allocation of tuition for next semester." This sentence is used in a formal, academic context where precision and clarity are important. On the other hand, in casual conversation, a friend might joke, "I had 3 slices of pizza and my brother ate like 5. What's the proportion of food to laziness around here?" This sentence is used in a lighthearted and informal setting where the tone is humorous and conversational. Finally, in business or academic usage, a manager might say, "We've calculated that for every dollar invested in our new marketing campaign, we can expect a return on investment of at least 2:1 proportion." This sentence is used in a professional or academic context where data analysis and statistical reasoning are crucial. So, You want to know what proportion means? Well, imagine you're baking cookies and you need to mix together 2 parts sugar, 3 parts flour, and 1 part chocolate chips. It's like a recipe. In this case, the mixture of sugar, flour, and chocolate chips is in balance with each other, so that when you combine them, everything works out just right. That's basically what proportion means. It's about getting things in harmony or balance with one another. Whether it's ingredients in a recipe, parts in a machine, or even the way people are distributed in a group, when something is in proportion, it looks and feels natural, like it was meant to be that way. And don't worry if you're confused, there are other words that mean similar things, like ratio or balance. But proportion is more about how things look and feel together, rather than just being a simple comparison.